Hello and welcome to our ECE training. Today we will be exploring the role of mentoring a student. We hope that you will find this information helpful in planning for your student's arrival. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any additional questions. So welcome to the Early Childhood Education program at Georgian. This is our online module for Mentoring Students 101. Time for change. Mentoring supports professional growth in you as the ECE professional. How can we support your continuous professional learning? Mentoring a student offers your staff the opportunity to share their wisdom, their experiences, and what makes them successful in the field of early childhood education. In turn, this helps the next generations of ECEs prepare for our demanding field. Lifelong learning and reflective practice. Our ECEs value lifelong learning and reflective practice and engage in the continuous professional learning program. Through their practice and leadership, our ECEs support the advancement of the profession in their workplaces and in the wider community. They recognize that their conduct as professionals contributes to the public's trust in the profession. And now, more so than ever during this pandemic as frontline workers, we see the importance of sharing what we've learned with the next generation. This module is going to outline Georgian College's placement model, the role of the mentor, the role of the student observation form, and the role of the college monitor. Here is a copy of Georgian College's current placement model. Please note that our Aurelia campus now has a fall, winter, and summer intake, and our Owen Sound and Orangeville campuses have a fall-only intake. One question that we get asked quite frequently is, what do the students do to prepare at Georgian before they enter the field? And as you can see from our placement model, students are required to take a range of courses that help them to prepare for this. Semester 1 includes courses such as child development, experiences in language arts, observation and documentation, foundations in ECE, supporting play experiences, music and movement, communications, and one Gen Ed course. And in semester 2, the first block before they enter the field, they take school age development and programming, math, science, and creative art, partnerships with families, personal and professional preparation for field placement, and a field placement seminar that runs concurrently with their EL1 field placement. And if you're wondering what year 2 looks like, in semester 3, students take children's health and wellness, nurturing infants and toddlers, best practice in early intervention, social emotional health and behavior, social entrepreneurship, communications, and 2 Gen Ed courses. Their first placement takes place in either a toddler or preschool room in a childcare center. And in semester 4, their second year placement, it takes place in a unique or kindergarten setting. So what is our role? The role of the mentor is often described as a relationship-based process between colleagues in similar professional roles, with a more experienced individual with adult learning knowledge and skills. The mentor then provides guidance and an example to the less experienced protege or mentee. What we hope for all our agencies and students is that a supportive and responsive professional relationship can be built when the mentoring process begins. Trust is more likely to be built when mentors start the relationship by listening and asking open-ended questions to learn what the teacher wants to know and be able to do. And with students having the opportunity to observe mentors, they are often able to build the skills that we don't provide them in the school setting, the real world experience in the field. So what does the College of Early Childhood Educators say about the responsibilities to colleagues and to the profession? Our ECEs build positive relationships with colleagues by demonstrating respect, trust, and integrity. They support, mentor, and collaborate with colleagues, including students aspiring to the profession. So it's important for us to look at the mentorship framework and the cycle of inquiry, which includes observing to gather more information, reflecting to make meaning of the documentation, and to apply an action plan. When students observe their mentors, they're able to make meaning of the way that they teach and interact with children. And then they're able to create their own style of teaching that they can then give back to the field after graduation. A critical element of the mentoring process and educator development is reflections, and mentors play a pivotal role in facilitating it. Mentoring and how does learning happen with ECE students? We know our 4 foundations of belonging, engagement, well-being, and expression can be applied to the students that are out in the field, as well as them having those 4 foundations to be able to teach with. The culture of learning and bias-free practice. Successful mentoring can result in a culture of learning, where knowledge gain occurs for both the mentor and the novice. When we welcome students into our agency, we must make sure that we're promoting bias-free practice. The first way we can do this is to recognize and understand our similarities and differences among people, and making sure that we're seeing another point of view. Secondly, we can inquire respectfully about differences. And last, we're able to feel at ease with these differences because we have found a mutual, respectful way to ask questions and to work together. The role of the student. As a novice, the student is encouraged to welcome guidance from the mentor. And this looks like being able to understand feedback and to clarify any questions that they have themselves. This mutual relationship that is built can flourish when the student feels comfortable approaching their mentor for either positive or negative feedback. The role of the student is also to initiate communication. The student should come and be ready to be open to ideas and problem solving from ways that they have not learned or seen before. That's how we become stronger educators. And as always, the role of the student is to look for ways to be involved in the agency's programming. Student tasks. Each student is required to complete tasks in order to be successful on field placement. This includes 8 ECE planned experiences that should cover all domains of development, as well as different specific areas, including numeracy, literacy, music and movement, and the outdoors. The student is required to discuss their ideas with the supervisor before implementation so that they can seek feedback. They are also required to create an addition to the environment, so something that can be left there when they're gone, a display board, and this usually is seen as a parent display board. So if there's something that you have been talking about in your agency, such as, safe ways to take care of ourselves during COVID, proper hand washing, then the student could create a display board with that information and their own style. And finally, they're required to create a documentation display about learning that is taking place in the classroom. And this requires them to work on their observation and documentation skills, and then to create a display that can be shared with the center and parents. Here we have the student observation form, which will be a fillable PDF. So whoever is responsible for mentoring the student, which is usually an ECE in a classroom or can be a supervisor, will fill out this paperwork. So students are evaluated on the following outcomes. Part 1 is how they are with children. Part 2 is their planned experiences. Part 3 is their interpersonal relationships. And Part 4 are their employability skills. And you'll see here that you'll just use the performance indicators: consistent, demonstrates, emerging, improvement necessary, no demonstration, or no opportunity. The checklist of rules and expectations for our students include you sharing with them their specific dress code, working to finish the orientation checklist, the student sharing her hours sheet and having it signed off, the student making sure that he or she is working within the policies and schedules of each setting. The student is required to submit typed ECE planning sheets, not handwritten. They are required to have a 3-ring white placement binder that should be with them at all times and be accessible by the mentor and/or supervisor. They must complete all experiences and tasks, and they must notify the field placement mentor and Georgian College monitor in case of an absence before 7 a.m. The role of the Georgian College monitor. So each student is given a college monitor that will support their learning journey within your agency. Their goals are to support and supervise. They will maintain weekly contact with the student and conduct site visits. Their administration role is to verify student hours and ensure completion of student observation form and all other placement requirements. Student learning and goal setting. They are to assist the student in developing a work plan and schedule for the completion of experiences and tasks. And problem solving. They are here to collaborate with the field placement mentors to problem solve, aiming for win-win solutions for both the agency and the student. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to Jennifer Lenny, who is a field placement officer, who can be reached at 705-325-2740, extension 3461, or email jennifer.lenny@georgiancollege.ca. And finally, a huge thank you for your continued support in facilitating student learning. Your mentorship is a valuable part of the ECE student success and recruitment in our field in the future. You are heroes in our eyes, especially during these past 2 years, and we look forward to many more years of supporting and working alongside each other. Thank you for joining us today.